Hey guys, this is gonna be like a two-part video. I did some stuff on Sunday, but wasn't really enough to, I guess, make into a video. So Tori and I transplanted the onions, and then did a bunch of prep work, and had a lot of work to do, and I didn't film everything. So today is like bed prep, and right now I'm watering. So I'll show you guys the bed prep, amending. I'm gonna set up some tomato beds and a cucumber bed, and then yeah, just a lot of work today. So I'm gonna try and film a lot of it so y'all get an idea of what it's like. What's up guys, we just came out here and planted onions, 800 of them, and we're gonna do another bed. Tori's Broadforking now, and then we're gonna add some amendments. What? Yeah. Wondering what the silage tarps do over the winter. Here's a good view of it. Got a bunch of worms in here. Wormies here. Wormies there. Wormies everywhere. There's one. You got more right there?
Just a little profile. When these come up, I bet they'll come out.
There's some in there. There's the benefit of the Broadfork deep tillage, so to speak, with aerating it and not inverting it. She got money!
Oh my god!
Alrighty, there's the amendments. Feather meal. There's feather meal, phosphorus, azomite. We stored these in a cooler, for, I don't know, 2 weeks. So about 40 degrees, 38. Till the cold snap passed. Now we're planting them. We're planting the onions. I'm coming in front and poking holes, and then dropping the onions next to them. And Tori's planting them. We got the tape measure, so we go every 6 inches for these. What do you think?
It's good.
Got that dirt on your face? Now we gotta water these guys and get some row cover on them. Alright, Tori's watering everything in now. And then we'll be covering with the row cover. And these are the hoops here. Put them every 5 steps. That's just, we don't have that many, so we gotta make it work. We gotta hand water this because we can't set up irrigation until our well gets drilled deeper. That sucks. That's the way it goes sometimes. Alright, all the row covers are on. There's carrots on this one here. They germinated. So they're ready to go. Everything survived the cold snap just fine. We're going to be putting cabbages in this bed. So we needed pots to pot up the tomatoes. Got all those for free from a guy like 30 minutes away from here, but we've been supporting his little greenhouse business for 3 years. Spent a lot of money there, and he gave them to us for free. He also gave us these that bag of onions, so that's cool. I wasn't expecting that, but he was like, hey, I'm gonna throw these away. Do you want them? I'm like, yeah. kind of question is that? Alright, so this bed here, lettuce mix, and the spinach bed, those are gonna be tomatoes and cucumbers, and gonna come through, and I am gonna till this in because it's pretty much necessary right now, but I'm also gonna broad fork. The soil is really dry. I need to get the amendments in to the soil and not leave them on top. So yeah, it's tilling. Once this stage happens, the tilling will be extremely less than what it is now, which is once. And it's going to be covered with weed mat too, so the cucumbers and tomatoes will be in weed mat, so I'm not real worried about weed pressure. But the overall benefit that's going to happen from putting the amendments in and mixing them in outweighs the 4 months that it's been sitting untilled because I had to till it to build the plot. So just getting some stuff ready, thinking about tilling and stuff like that. So it's easy to like be on YouTube and be like, oh, no till, or go on Facebook and be like, oh, you're doing it wrong because you're tilling, and then turn around and eat, you can say that stuff and then turn around and eat a dinner that's from tilled agricultural systems. It's just like crazy, guys. Like, I like practicality more than ideology. I think that the ideology can be kind of dangerous in the sense that, like if you were to say local food was the only thing that's good, and you take the industrial model out of it right away, a lot of people are gonna starve. That's just the reality of it. So yeah, just some thoughts. It's better to be practical and understand that we still live off the industrial food system, and it's not gonna change overnight. As Joel Salatin says, we didn't get in the situation overnight, and we're not gonna get out of it overnight. All right, I'm broad forking now, and see this bed. So I'll show you guys. Since the tunnel was here all winter, it's pretty dry. It's pretty slow going. Normally you hit a spot where it's like, all right, that's it. So I gotta do that for 150 bed feet, and I do like every 3 feet. That's gonna be a workout. The broad forking might seem like a lot of work, but remember, with the permanent beds, no till, whatnot, everybody's soil will be different. Our soil sucks, and it's only been managed this way for 6 months, and it's been under the tunnel pretty much the entire time. And so the beds right outside the tunnel aren't as hard to do, but some of them will be. But that's the reality of it. The more that happens and it gets broad forked and opened up and everything, and the more compost and amendments we put in, the more the soil life gets built up, the easier it will be over time. This is a Meadow Creature broad fork, and I would recommend this one over all of them. It's built extremely strong. You can see that there. And these welds. I broke 2 of these, not Meadow Creatures, I broke 2 broad forks with wooden handles. This one's heavier, but way more effective. Alright, I'm putting some amendments on, so I measure, well, I got the weight of the phosphorus based on the fertilizer calculations. So I put it in this bucket, weighed it out to see what I needed, and the line, if you can't see it, is right here. So that I never have to weigh it again, I'm just gonna mark and put phosphorus there. And so that's for 1 bed. And for the next one, so I'm gonna put it in the wheelbarrow. That's what it looks like. and that's for one whole bed. So I know now I have this measurement. Now I know what I'll need for each bed. One thing that I didn't bring up on the soil report was a CEC, the cation exchange capacity, and mine's really low, so it doesn't hold on to nutrients very well. The higher your number, the more, like Ellen uses the phrase gas tank, the higher number, the bigger your gas tank of your soil is. So I can put all these amendments down and it probably won't hold on to all of them. Some will leach. Phosphorus doesn't really move much in the soil, but as far as like nitrogens and that stuff, yeah. So I'm gonna have to do another soil test in the fall, see how everything did. We have crazy rains here in North Carolina. It's probably gonna wash a lot of stuff out, but that's the way it goes. Okay, I measured the nitrogen source, or an ideal nitrogen if you're using somewhat of a chicken-based fert. So make the line, mark my stuff down, and this stuff's called Harmony. My buddy in Johnson City, Tennessee uses this, really likes it. It's just little pellets basically. Alright, this is the potassium sulfate. Set your mark for that in your bucket, and this is actually the amount for 2 beds, so I'll put that in. Okay, for the lime, we've got this stuff here. My needs were like about 100 pounds per the plot, so divided by 10, about 10 pounds per bed. So I need to put 10 pounds in this bucket, mark my line, and then I'm set for that plot. But I can adjust accordingly for the other ones and still have room to mark it on the bucket. Lime. Alright, I'm going to do probably like a handful or 2 of azomite. That's micronutrients, and I'll show you that real quick. It's basically just crushed fine rock, pretty much. Okay, there's the finished barrel there for 2 beds. Alright, I'm using the shovel to put this stuff down. Alright, got the BCS ready set to come through this bed and mix everything in and till it. So Broadforking will let some things fall down deeper in between. I'm going to till in all the old vegetation because it's been harvested like 4 times. It's about done. That's why there's still stuff in the ground, but I'm not harvesting it. You can see the amendments are down. Yeah. Boom. One thing with this, you can see how this is working. That's a PDR, precision depth roller on the BCS, and I can gauge how far I till. So this spot was a little deeper than the next spot, which has been tarped for like a month with a bunch of compost and alfalfa meal. There's tons of worms in there. So and we already broadforked it. I don't need to go that deep. And I broadforked this to mimic the deep tillage. I'm probably going down like 3-4 inches. Yeah, 3-4 inches. But the broadfork goes deeper than that without flipping everything. So it's not as harsh, but it's still practical and it works. They're both prepped with the BCS. Now I'm gonna put some compost and leave the compost on top and not work the compost in. and then put some silage tarps like this over top of both of them. Alright, just got a call that our compost is coming and it's supposed to storm tomorrow. It's really windy, so I gotta get the tarp over it. That's gonna be fun. And got the last of our compost down. Literally as I was putting the last wheelbarrow down, somebody called me and it ended up being the compost people. So that'll be here soon. I just prepped the area for that. Alright, compost is spread, but they're gonna deliver tomorrow instead. I guess they're running late. It's really windy. It's supposed to storm tomorrow. I'm gonna be gone delivering. And the tunnel is like, plastic is loose from all the rain. So it's always something. I'm gonna show you guys how I tighten it. So this is the end of it, and you have this black strap that goes over all of them, and then it comes down to that point. I put these 2 extra ropes on here for support on the end piece because it will bow in, and they sell like a center purlin piece, but I just don't want to buy it if I can get around not having to buy it. So I'll show you guys how I tighten the plastic. Alright, now you can see the difference in how much tighter that is. This is from the inside. So that makes a big difference. With record rain and random super windy days, with wind like it was blowing from this way and now it's blowing from this way, I just gotta keep the tunnels tight. It's part of the game. Now you can buy like wiggle wire that goes here, and so it's like a channel, and then you put the plastic in it and you put these little wires that weave through and it keeps it tight. I'm gonna do that eventually, but we just gotta sell some more stuff first. I'm gonna tighten the other tunnel. So that's the end of it, coming through this tunnel and out. So if you had the wiggle wire hoops, again, you wouldn't have to do this, but these tunnels are set up the best for winter sunlight. That's why they're like that. Alright guys, so like people stop by, my neighbor was like telling me about these cedar logs I could pick up and a bunch of random other stuff. So all I really gotta do is water and tarp these beds, and yeah, and then the compost changed to actually coming tomorrow. So I just have to water and tarp these beds. That's pretty much it for today. Can I give you guys an idea what happens, I guess, in the day, March, mid-March, early March. And I gotta work on our website still and start potting up tomatoes and cook dinner. So thanks for watching.